Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Thank you for taking time to cruise in for Car Club Talk with Robert, Randy, and Dana. And welcome to our home in the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, housed here in Conroe Tower and in the county where the official flag of the Lone Star State was born. I'm Randy Weldon along with Robert Helmer, and somewhere Dana's missing out there. She didn't make it in.
Yeah.
And sequestered back in the safe room / sound booth is our sound engineer and producer, Dick Schischler. And we are broadcasting from Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 and 106.1 FM and streaming worldwide at irlonestar.com on YouTube and Facebook. Robert, what do we have today? You got anything in there?
Well, I'm Robert Helmer, and we are glad you have joined us today, and also be glad that we're back in the studio. We have taken some time off.
We did.
Randy had to recover back from back surgery. Dana and I have went and started some new endeavors in our job opportunities, and so it's good to be back. And Dana will join us, I guess, whenever she has the opportunity to come back.
Yep. I got to tell you, I wanted to do a Zoom call from the hospital bed. You were all against it. They had me on some really good drugs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm scared about this. So there's no telling what would happen with him.
I was ready to have fun with it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, hospital gown, we could turn around in circles out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
what stories do you have on your back surgery?
Actually, I'm shocked. Like the incision is healed up completely.
Yeah.
They did the surgery and they were going to discharge me same day. And I was like, could you keep me at least one night so I could learn what not to do when I get out of the hospital? Because I'll screw it up if it can be screwed up. So, they transferred me over to the, I don't want to say assisted living, the rehab section of the hospital. And second day there, I got an infection in my incision. So that was December 23rd. I went in for the original surgery. December 31st, New Year's Eve, they took me back in and had to open me back up.
Yeah.
And then cleaned that all out. But by then I had that infection, so I had all sorts of antibiotic stuff being pumped into me.
Yeah, and also I was teasing Randy about sponge baths. I think he was getting addicted to the sponge baths.
I was good when it was the female nurses.
Yeah.
It was when it was the male nurses that I was having to, hey, whoa, I got this. Leave me alone. But here's the thing. They give you these towels to wipe off with because I couldn't get the incision wet. So from December 23rd till today, I'd actually had 2 actual showers. That was it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it was all just wiping myself down with these little claw or whatever they are, throwaway cloths. But I got to say, I went into HCA Conroe Regional. And the level of care over there was 5-star. They were excellent.
That's good.
Food service needs improved, but they brought a guy in from North Carolina. He's working on that. So, no, I'm happy to be back. I'm off the walker and on the cane right now, but I'll get past that.
One thing we want to know, let our viewers know, is this show is our number one priority, and we want to make sure it doesn't go away, but we also want to hear from you. We also want to know that you support the show and, give us your feedback on this show. And also check out, you may not know this, but we have a new website. It's Cruisin Car Club Talk. It's all one word, so type that all in one word and check out our new website.
Was it cruisincarclubtalk.com?
.com.
All right.
Yep. And so check it out. We have lots there to see. We have 5 pages of content. We have almost all of our videos, not quite all of them because they're a pain in the butt to get on there, but we have quite a few. And we have all of our information on what we do, our charities we support and raise money for. And you'll see our outside activities. You'll see and one of the things we want to do is one of our goals is to be on site at car shows doing our podcast. That's one of the things we'd love to be able to do in the future. Try to get all of the ideas of what we need to do and also, how about going that direction. But we'd like to be out there with you guys on these shows.
Well, the Space City Mustang Cruise invited us down for their show at Kemah.
That's in Kemah, yeah. And when is that show coming up?
I believe that's in April.
In April?
Uh-huh.
Hopefully by the time we have all our stuff together, we might can do that, and that would be a great.
Well, and I think we plan to do a live feed from, or at least some recordings, live events down at Mustang Week as well.
That may be the way we go. It may not be live. It'd be recording and send that recording in to the studio here.
Well, only record it because we stumble all over ourselves.
Right. Well, yeah, we still even the recordings.
We've got a good editor back in the safe room here, so
yeah,
that works out.
And speaking of charities and activities, Northside had their monthly business meeting, and that was at Spring Creek Barbecue in Shenandoah. And they had their charity there with them, and they got to donate their yearly donations to the Honor Flight.
Yep.
So
raised enough money to fly at least one veteran back to D.C. to see the War Memorial.
Yeah. So say they don't know anything about the Honor Flight. Can you go and elaborate more on that?
Yeah, Honor Flight. It's Honor Flight Houston. There's various Honor Flights across the United States, but what they do is they fly a veteran back to Washington, D.C. to see the War Memorial of the war that, the conflict that they were a part of.
Yeah. And
it's meaningful to these guys. I mean, you've got guys seeing these memorials, and they're touching names of people that they knew that passed away, in conflict. And since they're all together, it's a brotherhood of people, and it's very, very impactful for them.
You know how many they take at one time?
I think it's usually around 20 or so.
Okay,
it always depends on how much money they've got to fly them back.
Right. Well, that's a good sized group right there.
That and when they come back, they're always looking for people to come out when they return from a trip, and these are usually weekend trips.
Yeah.
But they're looking for people to come to the airport and welcome these guys back home. Yeah.
Yeah. And so not only support just our show, let's try to. We ask the viewers to support the Lone Star Radio also to keep everybody on in your community. This is a nonprofit radio station, and everybody needs to support. So.
Yeah, I found out from talking to Henry down at Space City Mustang that his cousin has a show here. I guess it's Armando with, I think it's Texas Ticket.
Oh, really?
But that's his cousin, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we're always looking for sponsors for our show, so we can throw some commercials out there and help support you yourself.
Well, it keeps the radio station afloat, right?
Right.
Yep. That's the main thing.
And we're always dedicated to Mr. Golo's charity, Christmas for Kids.
Well, there will be a donation coming for that, if I'm not mistaken. But Tiffany, who's our social media person, was sick, had the flu or whatever,
okay,
which
so
is
that's
going
why
around
she
right now.
Couldn't attend the Northside meeting, so
Right.
she couldn't get the donation then.
Right.
So that is coming soon.
That's coming up.
Yeah, and the story on with the museum, the family is not getting rid of the museum, but not opening it up to the public. They're just going to keep it for a private, so they want to keep the cars. But they are still going to do the Christmas decoration at the Tony Golo's house.
They're still going to have the kids out?
No.
No?
It will be for driving by only. So that's the news from the Golo family.
They're going to have to lock that yard down because
Yeah.
last time I went past there and just drove past, there were people all over the yard. Mr. Gullo was out there with them.
Yeah. So our guest today is going to be Bill, and we're thinking we're pronounced this correctly, Pennuell, of the Conroe Mopar Club. He is going to join us in the studio today, is waiting on us right now. But before we get to that, we want to do some events that are coming up.
Well, wait a minute. We also have, by Zoom call, we're going to have Pam Parsons
Of the
with
Saleen
the
Club.
Saleen Club of America, but she's the Texas State Representative.
Yeah. And she will be talking about the 2025 Nationals. It's going to be held at Round Rock, Texas, near Austin. And that's going to be July 23rd to the July 27th, and we're going to get more information out of Pam about this. They normally stay like a 2 or 3 day of.
It's July 23rd through the 27th.
Yeah.
So
So.
and if you haven't been around those folks, they get crazy.
Yep. Like build fires and sit around the fire and sing "Kumbaya."
Well, they do a little more than that because Cliff Parsons last year at the national event up in Branson somehow fell off his trike or whatever and
broke an arm or something
broke
like that, right?
Yeah, broke his wrist or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can hear more about that when Pam does a zoom in.
Yeah. Channelview, the high school band is going to have a car show, and let's see, it's going to be March the 8th, 2025, and it's benefiting their booster club. And let's see if I can get the address here. Channelview High School, 1100 Sheldon Road in Channelview. Zip code is 77530. So put that on your calendar and support the band and the booster club.
Help raise money.
Help raise money for the high school. That's a good one. Also, Northside has just released their information for their car show. It's going to be Saturday, March the 29th, 2025 at Rudy's Barbecue.
Out on Highway 105.
105,
West.
yes.
Yep.
They have a pretty good parking lot in the back, so it might be a pretty good show. I was worried about if it was going to hold enough cars or not.
I think it holds over 100 cars. I could be wrong.
Well, that'd be good. At least you get to go in and eat good barbecue while the show's going on, right?
I like the barbecue myself, but their cream corn, nobody beats that as far as I'm concerned. I even took my mom down when she was alive. I said, "Mom, you've always made the best cream corn on earth, but they've got you beat."
Yeah. So if you want more information, go to the Northside Facebook page or the Northside website, and there should be more information about this and who to contact.
Yeah, that's northsidemustang.org.
Okay. And the Mustang Club of Houston released their flyer today also. And this one is going to be at the Lone Star Flight Museum, which is a great place. It's a little far to drive, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what side of Houston you're on.
Yeah. Did they move that?
The Flight Museum?
Yes.
They moved it to just the south side of Houston.
Okay, so it was in Galveston.
It was. They moved it.
Yeah, because I was at a couple of car shows there, and that was in Galveston.
Yeah, no, they moved it in. It's right there at Ellington Air Force Base.
Yeah, it's 11551 Aerospace Avenue, Houston, Texas. So
yeah, I guess Ellington's not an Air Force base anymore. Anyhow, it's Ellington Airfield. So
I haven't been to this facility, so I need to
this is a nice facility. This is where we held the Nationals a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Parking lot's nice, huge, a lot of trailer parking, and the inside, the museum itself with the airplanes is just phenomenal.
Yeah. And one thing about these car shows is they always have a charity to benefit. Not only are they trying to raise money for their yearly income to run the club, but they have a charity they've been keeping with for years. And one of the things with Mustang Club of Houston's charity is the Steel Creek's Boys and Girls Ranch and Citizens for Animal Protection. They have two charities here listed that they're donating to. So this is a good opportunity to make, good donations to two different charities that are very good.
I don't know if they'll bring the kids out again. I was at a show where they brought the kids out from Steel Creek.
Yeah.
Some of that's just heartbreaking. They've removed those kids from bad situations, and it's just heartbreaking to look at some of them and talk to them.
We have both, I think, been to Steel Creek.
I've not been out there.
Okay, I have been out there and actually met the kids, and yes, it's a worthwhile charity to please donate to. And the Northside show is, like I said, their charity is Golo Christmas for Kids and
Honor Flight.
Honor Flight.
Yep.
And another thing we got coming up, April the 5th, and this is one of my favorite places, the Hemi Hideout.
Oh, yeah. I think Jim Bowden set that cruise up, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's open to all car clubs, but Northside is making it their event. So it's going to be April 5th, and they're going to, I don't think they're meeting at any particular place. They're just saying just get there.
At a certain time?
Yeah, at a certain time. And it's $10 at the door, and that $10 does go to charity. It's not going to the Hemi Hideout. It's going to charities. So it's a beautiful place.
I've never been there either.
If you've never been there, at least go to the website and just check out the pictures. And like I said, one of the unique things about the building is it doesn't have a nail in it anywhere. It's all wooden pegs. That's what's holding this thing together.
Really? So it's built like an old-time barn.
And it has like about 8 or 9 pillars that are coming together, and they're all holding everything in place.
I know he's got a ton of neon lighting in there. I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, he does have a lot of that. But it's beautiful. Got beautiful cars and everything there. So that is that. Oh, unless you got something else in upcoming events.
I don't have anything else in upcoming events, but I think we've got plenty out there that other clubs are doing. We just need to hear from them.
Right. And on automotive news side of it, with the new administration taking place today and all the EV mandates that are supposed to be going away, and now they're protecting ICE, which is the internal combustion engine cars. One thing the new administration says, look, we just want to give you an opportunity to buy any car you want. You can go EV or you can go combustion engines. We're not going to mandate which ones you buy. So with that, I'm assuming anything I report right now on the automotive industry itself and anything new coming out would be obsolete next week. So if there's anything in automotive news that you'd like to go into.
Dwayne High contacted me and sent me a link to an interview with Jim Farley, CEO of Ford.
Okay.
And Jim says in that interview, it's like the focus shouldn't be on the electric batteries or anything like that, the distances and stuff. He's like, really the focus needs to be on the driving of the electric vehicle. And I think, honestly, whenever you talk about an internal combustion engine car, that is the focus. We talk about how well it handles and drives and stuff like that.
Right.
And that's completely being overlooked and missed by people's negative outlook on an EV. But as Dwayne said, he's got about 12,000 miles on his Cybertruck, and he has only driven about 2,000 of those. The truck's driven the rest of it. So he's going to give me a chance to actually meet with him and get in the truck and go for a ride. And I'm anxious to do it. I want to see what it's like.
Yeah. But if you're a person who likes driving their car, who likes being in control of the car, that doesn't.
But the EV doesn't unless you put it in that automatic mode.
Right.
You're able to drive the car.
Right.
So it's up to you. You still have the choice, right? And I think again, regardless of the mandates. First of all, I don't think we were ever mandated to have to buy the cars. There was a mandate to get rid of the internal combustion engine,
right?
By a certain time.
The mandates are under the automotive industry. You cannot no longer build these combustion engine cars. That's what it is. All combustion engine cars had to be gone away by 2033.
Right. That's going to move. That's going to move.
That's going to go away. The consumer is what's driving the automotive industry. Which way they're going, which cars are they going to produce? Is normally it was under what the consumer was buying. If the consumer was buying the Mustang, then the Mustang was continually being rebuilt every year and bringing a new one out. I think with the mandates, the consumer no longer had a voice. And I think that's what's going away.
With the mandate for it to go out of production.
To go out of production.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as them telling you cannot no longer have a gas stove.
Or TikTok.
Or TikTok, whatever. But, yeah. Put it back into the consumer's hands, and that way the industry knows which way it needs to go and go that route.
Well, again, the technology's coming. I say that every time we have this conversation. Yeah. The technology's coming. The advantages of the technology haven't been realized yet.
Yeah.
And they will be at some point in time. But it's not our generation that's going to make that a reality. It's going to be like my grandson's generation, right?
Yeah.
Those kids will take those cars and make them viable.
Well, technology with the combustion engine also, you can have the same argument, though, is that we have advanced so much in the combustion engine that it's no longer the polluting monster that everybody wants to put it out to be,
No, but you can imagine the same conversation going around when they had horses and buggies and the internal combustion engine came up.
The electric car came out in 1920.
Well,
It wasn't a success then, and it didn't go over too good then. So it's not anything that we haven't already,
it's going to fly.
about.
It's going to fly this time you watch.
Okay.
It's going to fly. So, hey, something else I want to bring up. Did you notice that the Mustang Club of America is giving away a Mustang?
Yes.
And they've announced that now. You're starting to see ads for it in the magazines. You can buy a ticket to win that as long as you're not on the board.
Yeah.
You're on the board, so sorry. Your wife can't even buy a ticket. So, but as long as you're not on the board, you've got an option to buy a ticket and win this car. It's a nice, customized one of one.
White convertible, I believe, right?
White convertible. But I think it says MCA or something, Mustang Club of America on there, something like that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this will actually be the main introduction will be at Mustang Week, Texas.
Right, which we will be there. And in one capacity or another, either we'll be doing some type of recording podcast, but Randy and I, and maybe even Dana, we'll
drag
be
Dana
there.
with us.
Okay.
Drag her kicking and
So
screaming.
if you want to actually meet us in person, Mustang Week would be the day to do it.
Yeah, Robert wants to sign autographs.
Yeah. And we will also be representing the Mustang Club of America.
Yeah, that we will be, yes.
And also along with Northside Mustang Car Club. So they will be there.
You know, Robert wants to charge for his autograph. I know you guys will pay me not to autograph. So. Hey, we need to get out of here and bring in our first guest. So this is Cruisin' Car Club Talk on Lone Star 104.5 and 106.1 FM. Or for those of you who may have wandered outside the listening area, we can be streamed around the globe on irlonestar.com, YouTube, or Facebook.
And we'll be right back with our first guest, the Mopar Club of Conroe.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
We are back and appreciate you taking time to spend with us on Cruisin' Car Club Talk with Robert, Randy, and Dana. Dana's missing. But we do have Billy, how do we pronounce that last name?
Pennuell.
Pennuell. Billy Pennuell in the studio with us with the Conroe Car Club.
Yes, sir.
Conroe Mopar Car Club.
I've been chasing these guys down for about 2 months now, trying to get hold of Raymond in here, and finally got someone in here to tell me about the Conroe Mopar Club.
Well, I don't know how I missed the Mopar part.
Yeah.
Well,
So we want to thank you guys for coming in and telling us more about your club. And so when did you join the Mopar Club?
I've been in the Mopar Club for about, technically since I got my car, about a year and a half, 2 years. But I've been tagging around with Raymond.
Yeah.
He took me to Pigeon Forge, meeting the mountains for the first time about 3 or 4 years ago, and other car shows here in town.
Yeah.
We do Little Woodrow's. We go to
I
Sawyer
see
Park
that,
Ice
yeah.
House.
Yeah. Little Woodrow's, Sawyer's Ice House.
Yes, sir.
Sawyer Ice House.
Yeah. That's
Right near
That's
me.
in the Woodlands, yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's Troy Dixon's event.
Yeah.
And he also does another event somewhere else. I don't know. I can't think
What
of
about
it.
with the Conroe Cruiser? Do you guys get involved with those guys at all out here?
Every once in a while we do. We're also part of the Space City LX Club,
Oh, yeah.
which is one of the biggest Mopar
That's
clubs
one of the
around.
largest ones
Yes, sir.
around, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Those guys used to be really big. I'm sure they still are.
Well, they still are. They
take-
do a lot of events in Katy.
They take part also in the. Don't they take part in the? What is that? Houston Coffee and Cars.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put on a coffee and cars thing out in the Woodlands every now and again. We go out there and it's usually on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
The Woodlands Car Club coffee. Oh yeah, no, you see us at the entrance over there. So
Is that right?
you just didn't know us. That's all.
Well, we have probably met.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
I've been to a couple of those.
I'm sure we have because Robert's out there with the bag
I'm the
taking
one that
money.
takes the money for
Taking money.
donations.
I take the credit cards. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun little event. It's
It
always
is.
nice and laid back, and everybody's there just having a good time with each other.
Yes, sir.
And,
That's what it's all about: camaraderie and friendship.
Raymond is the actual creator of the Mopar, the Conroe Mopar Club.
Yes, sir.
And what's Raymond's last name?
McPike.
McPike.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is he just the only organizer, or is there others? How's it formatted?
Well, we have a Facebook page, Conroe Mopar Clubs, and like I said, he's the president. We got a couple of administrators for the Facebook page. I try to do my best because we get lots of members. I think on Facebook we got 200 plus members, and there's like maybe 50 of us that get together at one time, different car shows.
Yeah.
But it's a big club, and like I say, we do things with Space City LX. This coming Saturday, we're doing a cruise to Luling for a barbecue run.
Okay.
Oh,
where
you
y'all meeting?
gotta have that barbecue.
Oh,
run,
yes,
man.
sir.
Where y'all meeting for that?
Conroe Mopar Club, I believe, is meeting off of 290 at Buc-ee's.
Okay, the Buc-ee's 290s.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, that's what all car clubs go to. Yeah.
All of us. That's right.
It's like we got to start at Buc-ee's.
Yes. Well, Buc-ee's is a Texas staple, right?
Yeah.
It is.
And it also has room for all the cars.
It does. Yes, sir.
I've said for years, it's a state law. You're not allowed to drive past a Buc-ee's.
You're not.
Yeah.
Every time we go somewhere, I make it a point to stop there, fill up.
Spend
Fuel
about $100 trying to get out.
Exactly. Yes. You got to buy a coffee mug and
You need beaver nuggets. man.
beaver nuggets. The barbecue sandwich they got in there is awesome.
Oh, that's a good sandwich.
It is.
Yeah, I don't miss my Buc-ee's very much.
No, sir. We need one here closer.
Well,
We got one in Huntsville.
somebody thought they were going to build one there in Willis. They cleared a bunch of
supposed to.
land. Yeah, they put up some sort of pipe manufacturing
Yeah.
thing in there. So
So what's the best way somebody that wants to join the club to join y'all?
Facebook.
Facebook is
Get
the best
on
way to get
Facebook and go to the Conroe Mopar Club page.
Okay.
And there's a list of questions, and myself will get a text, or Raymond will get a text, and we'll check the questions that they answered and stuff. One of the main things is we ask that you are at least able to attend one car club function a month.
Okay.
But other than that, that's the only restriction we
I
got.
think I'm on there, so I hope this counts as a car club function.
It does.
you're a member of the club?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Oh, the Facebook
That's
page.
how I got a hold of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally hey, Raymond, hey.
we I got to admit, we did look for you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you finally hooked up with us. and we
Yeah,
found
no,
you guys.
glad to have you in here, man.
It's good to be here.
See, you said earlier when we were talking that you had moved down from Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yes, sir.
How active was the Mopar Club up there?
I didn't know anything about Mopar clubs when I lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I was more into Harley Davidsons at the time,
Ah, okay.
so I didn't really get into the Mopar scene till I moved down here and met Raymond.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what neighbors do to each other, right
Exactly.
Make you spend money.
Yeah, he's made me spend a lot of money. I mean, he's good at helping me spend my money.
Yeah.
there. Well, you always need that guy.
Well, no, my wife would say otherwise, but
So you have an SRT.
yes, sir.
Yeah, and you've done some mods to it since you've got it.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I took it up to Freddy's in Fort Worth, and that's where most of the car club members that I know take the car to get modifications done. I've got the underglow lights on it. I got the engine bay lights in it. I got the all four wheels lit up. I've got.
And you said you had a
Lights everywhere.
supercharger on it also.
Yes,
right?
sir. It's supercharged. Got a Kenny Bell supercharger on it.
Ooh, you got
That
a
I
Kenny
believe
Bell.
Yeah, it's one of the
from-
best ones out there.
Yes, sir. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that supercharger came from Mr. Norm's out in Illinois. I got the pistol grip shifter.
Oh yeah.
Got to have that if
Originally
you got a
came in one of
Mopar.
those. That's also from Mr. Norm's. The other modifications I've done to it is put a 71 front end clip on it, and I got the taillights to match.
Wow. 71.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So
That's a nice mod there. I got to
It
see
really
this.
looks like a 71 if you look at it.
Do y'all have anything to do with like Charles William with the Houston Mopar Club?
I believe we've done a few events with them.
Yeah. They have a lot of classic Mopars in their club.
Yes, sir. And I love the classics.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
we've had Charles in the studio before. Actually, he zoomed in. didn't
Zoomed
he?
in.
He zoomed
yeah,
in. with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Good guy. He's a good guy.
Another one hard one. I don't know why the Mopar people are so hard to get a hold of. It's like,
Well, hopefully we continue to stay in touch with everybody now.
Oh, yes, we're going to.
have y'all been out to the Hemi Hideout?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is an awesome place to go visit.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
It's a $10 donation when they're doing their events.
Yeah.
And that is
Yeah,
one of the best places
We just
to visit.
announced April 5th. It's going to be an invitation, and I think it's an invitation to all car clubs.
It
I know
is.
I know Northside's doing theirs. They're going, but I think this whole thing is open to all car clubs April the 5th. So it's maybe something y'all want to do and
That
get
would
back
be
over
awesome.
there.
Is
It
that on a Saturday or a Sunday?
I think it's on a Saturday.
Okay.
I
I
have to
don't
look
know.
at the
I have to
calendar,
look at
man.
the calendar.
Yeah,
really,
same here.
But yeah, it's when one
Yeah,
of the
in
guys
fact,
in
it
the
actually
Mustang
says
Club,
Saturday.
one of the guys in the Mustang Club organized it, but it's open to anybody that wants to attend.
Yes, sir. That's my understanding. Once they hold an event, it's usually open to all car clubs.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think there's a Buc-ee's out there that everybody.
There is a
meets-
Buc-ee's out there. Yes, sir.
Everybody meets at and cruises on. It's a long drive.
Where's the Hemi Hideout at? I've never been there, believe it or
Where's
not.
that at?
Let's
forget the
see.
town.
It is Katy Freeway, I-10, 8 miles. Take exit to US 90. It doesn't actually give me an address here.
Well, that's the Katy Buc-ee's that you were
Yes.
talking about. Me, that's where everybody meets anyhow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got the biggest car wash in the world.
Yes,
in the
sir.
Guinness
It
Book
does.
of World Records,
It does.
and not a one of us would run our car through it.
No, sir.
And the owner of the Hemi Hideout always matches the donations.
Oh, does he?
Yes. So he matches what comes in, and then that goes out to the local charities.
Yes, sir.
So it's a beautiful
And
place.
most
Do you
ev-
know there's not one nail in this whole building?
Yes.
So
It's all pegs and
wooden pegs.
wedges.
yeah. So
I have explored it immensely.
and you might like this. They have an ice cream machine there.
Oh
They
yeah,
do,
I'm all in now. I am a sucker for the soft serve, man.
Yes, sir. They usually have food trucks out there.
Yeah, that's
At
what
least
he's
one or
saying.
two.
Yep, that's what he's saying. Food trucks, and gates open up at 10, and it's a $10 person donation. And let's see. Yep, here it is. It actually says Northside Mustang will meet up at the Buc-ee's at Katy.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's where everybody usually meets up and goes in there one by one.
I don't know how many Mopars that thing actually holds that he has in there at one time, but I do know that they are spectacular looking cars.
They are very spectacular
Yeah.
cars, and you can buy anything in there.
Yeah.
Everything in there is for sale.
Everything's for sale. You gotta love that.
And another thing about this facility is, I think the owner he was an engineer in the oil
Yes, sir.
industry. Okay, it's self-sufficient. It self-heats, self-cools. It doesn't drink.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't take any energy from anywhere else. It has a big pond that it draws the water in and out of. So it's really a
So
fascinating
that's for
place.
I guess a heat exchanger, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Heat
Yeah.
exchanger.
Interesting.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, interesting.
So what's y'all's next event? Did you know of?
The next event coming up for us will be the car cruise to Luling for the barbecue run.
Okay.
And
When is that?
This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
And then Sunday, there's a cars meeting at Little Woodrow's in Tomball.
Yeah.
and we'll be going there as well.
Yeah, I'll do a lot of car shows where the trophies are handed out and stuff like that, or just cruise-ins.
We do 3 car shows where they actually give out trophies. That's the one in Pigeon Forge. There's 2 in Arkansas that we attend. Turpentine Creek, which is a very cool place to go. It's a tiger refuge is where they have the car show.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've been all over Arkansas. I've never heard of that.
Really? This coming year will be the 4th year that they have put that on.
Yeah.
Aaron Hoyt is the guy that puts it on. He's part of the Conroe Mopar Club as well, but he lives in Arkansas, and we get together. We go to Tennessee together.
You talk about what distances are y'all willing to drive to go to a car show? And this is
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. Pigeon Forge,
people would not
that's
believe
getting up there
this,
about
that y'all
1,000
willing
miles.
to drive this far to a car event,
Yeah. Well, we're all a little bit off, I think.
At least my neighbors thought I was. I mean, every Saturday or Friday night we were out cleaning both cars, and scrubbing them all down and just spending hours and hours. And my neighbors are just looking at us like we're just nuts.
Crazy. Yes.
I mean, who else thinks that, let me run up here to Fort Worth. I'm going to have this lighting put on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it takes about a week. I mean, you got to schedule an appointment to figure out what you want to do to the car and when you're going to drop it off and everything. It takes about a week or 2 weeks to get things done, depending on his schedule. Because, like I say, he does most of the cars in our club, Space City LX, and
Well, and money doesn't seem to be an object for a bunch of broke people.
that's true.
Right?
I mean, I put in a lot of overtime to get what I get done.
Got to have your priorities straight.
The next project on my car is I'm getting the wheels powder coated, and that's a $1,900 project right there.
And who's gonna do the powder coating?
It's don't remember the name of the place right off the top of my head right now because I've only been there once. It's up in Tomball.
Okay. Well, there is a new place that just opened up at 105. I don't have their name, but I drive by there every day. They always have motorcycle rims and car rims out there hanging up.
Yes,
You
sir.
See their examples of their work. I'm like, well, at least it's close by,
Yeah. Well, and Tomball's not that far.
No, Tomball's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is Tomball is getting crowded.
It
Everything
is.
is in Tomball. It's like now, if you look at the car show calendar, it's like everything is in Tomball.
Bill, you'd have had been here years ago, Bill, but there was nothing. I mean, it was just Cowtown out
Well,
there.
that's my wife keeps telling me. She's originally from Conroe area, and she's just amazed at how the area has grown and changed since she was a little girl out here.
Oh, this area too, yeah. Yeah, I got here when I was 15, but it was there was nothing. There was no Woodlands, didn't exist.
Right.
And the old Oak Ridge North subdivision where we lived, and then we'd bus us to school 13 miles.
Oh, my gosh.
And back every day. So there was nothing. It was just all pine trees.
Yeah. Now you can't even go down 105 without spending 30 minutes trying to get to Montgomery.
Oh, no.
Well,
We came down 242 today and to North Davis. And, yeah, there's a lot of construction out there.
Yeah.
Construction, and then you got the idiots trying to run you over.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. But that's anywhere in the Houston Metroplex.
It's what we're good at. It is what we're good at.
Was there anything else that you could tell us about the club? No.
Where's that second show y'all go to in Arkansas? Is it Eureka Springs by chance?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Eureka
All right.
Springs, Mopar Mania out there at the Dodge dealership.
I was just up there a few weeks ago. We were filming shooting video for a judging clinic for Mustang Club of America.
Okay.
Do you have a sponsor for y'all's club?
No, sir.
No. So you're looking?
We could use a couple sponsors, yes.
Okay. So see, if you're out there right now and you want to sponsor a Mopar club, just look them up. It's the Conroe Mopar Club.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
We could use all the sponsorships and members we can get.
Yeah.
It always helps out.
That
It
always
does.
adds more to the membership.
Yes, sir.
So like Northside was Gullo. Gullo's always gives us little good deals when we get there. So that always just adds more value.
Well, Fred's he's sort of a sponsor. He does things for us when we show up at car shows.
Yeah.
and he'll give us discounts on certain things. And he'll usually, when he comes up with a new product, he'll usually text us and let us be the first ones to know about it.
Absolutely. Hey, send me money.
That's what it's all about. It's all money.
Yeah, but the problem is you get something new that comes out. It's like, oh, I got to have that for my car.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think twice about it. You just do it.
He already hit me up to do the double lighting on the wheels. I mean, I got the single lights on there right now, but now he wants me to go spend more money on that.
We're going to get on Randy's interest and ask you, are y'all looking at the new Challenger?
The electric one?
Yes. What's y'all's opinions on the new one? Are y'all talking about it inside the club?
There's lots of different opinions on that.
Yes.
It seems to be a quality car. I haven't seen one up close in person, but I'm a gas car guy.
Right. Yeah, Randy's telling a point a while ago was, the thing drives itself. I'm like, I like to drive.
But see, that scares me.
But you can drive it yourself. But you have this automatic mode if you want it, right?
Yeah. But what happens if, there's been problems with the Tesla automatic mode.
There's been a few times when maybe it hit something and the
Yeah.
people were trapped
Run
inside
into
and
a tree.
burned up. You know,
Run into a tree and can burst into flames.
couldn't put
I don't like
put
that.
the flames out.
Yeah.
Minor details.
Just a minor detail, yeah.
You know.
That's why they carry a fire extinguisher. Right.
That's what they need is
Right.
a self-extinguisher built into that thing.
But I'm more of a dinosaur guy. I mean, I like gas. You can't really hear an electric engine,
Right.
and it's all about the noise.
We were at Cars and Coffee, and this $200,000 EV comes by. It looks like a Lamborghini, okay? And it looks like it's just can go 200 miles an hour easy, and then it just comes by and all you hear was the tire noise. And I'm like, that's not right.
No, it's not.
It's not right.
Go ahead.
You know, but the benefits and this is what people don't realize. There's so many benefits that come with it. And I'm a technology guy, so I can't get enough of this. But the stuff that I talked to an Amazon driver one time. He had an internal combustion vehicle he was driving. They put him in an EV. And at first he didn't want it. Now he's like, when I go to work every day, I ask for the EV. He's like, because before you might have your phone connected to the internal combustion engine vehicle, but now you and your phone are a part of the vehicle.
It's probably Bluetooth end.
I'm sure it's
Yeah,
Bluetooth.
it's probably Bluetooth end.
Bluetooth in here, right?
Yeah.
You know, so they're coming.
So now your company knows everything that you do on your phone?
On your phone. And, well, Big Brother, he's all into that anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It's
We
all,
we had an episode, is your car spying on you because they become so electronic?
That's true. With your
Yeah.
car, your phone.
Yeah.
If you have an Echo Dot, Siri or whatever.
yeah.
Every time I mention something to my wife about something, next thing I know, I got
It's on
things
your
on my
phone?
phone.
That's right.
Yep.
You got Alexa at home, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got 4 of them.
yeah. I've got a few of them myself.
And you have to be careful what you say, because I wound up with an order at my front door for a paper shredder. I was kind of joking around with my wife one day, and I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and order one. And Siri said, well, here's this one, this one, and this one. I said, well, okay. And she said, well, your order will be here in 2 days. And so I asked my wife, I said, well, who's actually paying for that? Because I don't remember, She said, well, that comes directly out of your bank account. Oh, well, okay.
It
Now I
does
know.
that. That's
So-
right.
It already has your bank account
Yes,
information
sir.
stored.
Everything.
Randy's got 2 or 3,
Oh, I got 1, 2.
and he's got them all different names, and he talks
I've got
really
about-
bad to them.
Got
Oh,
about-
yes.
I've got about 7 of them. I do have different names for them, so they don't get confused and all answer
Right.
at one time, But yeah, I give whoever's listening to that stuff something to listen to. If I'm going to have them, they're going to listen to me. They're going to listen to something.
You can be for sure somebody's listening somewhere.
Oh, I'm good with it. Hey, we're about to have to get out of here. How do people get in touch with the Conroe Mopar Club?
Basically, the best way to get a hold of us is either show up at one of the meets, and that's usually on Facebook, and the Facebook page.
So the easiest way is go to the Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
And the name of that page?
Conroe Mopar Club.
The Conroe Mopar Club. You got any phone numbers or anything? Any websites or anything? Email addresses?
Well, you can use my email address, which is bpennuell281@yahoo.com, and I'll respond if I get a message. But like I said, the easiest way is just go to the homepage, Mopar Conroe
Mopar Club. There you go.
And just answer. I think there's like 5 or 6 questions you got to answer. You got to tell us what kind of car you got and all that, and submit it. And then myself or Raymond will view it. And
So how in the hell did Robert get in there if he said he had a Mustang?
well, it's not. It's it's car club.
Yeah. It's
He-
not.
he-
It doesn't say
Yeah.
you have to own a Mopar.
He answered that question, said, are you an internal combustion guy or an EV guy?
That's right.
There you go.
It's a
Internal
private-
combustion.
That's right.
Well, Billy, we appreciate you coming in, taking time. It's nice to have you in the
I
studio.
appreciate y'all having me and letting me be here.
We look forward to staying in touch with
And
you.
tell
Yes, sir.
tell Raymond next time he's got to come in here.
Oh, well, we can do that.
Both of you
Yep.
come in here.
Yes, sir. We can both do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, this is Cruisin' Car Club Talk on Lone Star 104.5 and 106.1 FM. Or for the Globetrotters out there, we can be streamed anywhere on earth at irlonestar.com, on Facebook, or on YouTube. I'm Randy Weldon. That's Robert Helmer.
I'm Robert Helmer, and we're going to be right back with Pam of the Saleen Club.
Pam
right?
Parsons. Yes,
She's
sir.
going to zoom
All
in,
right.
so stay tuned. Don't go away.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
Welcome back. Our guest this segment is Pam Parsons of the Saleen Club of America. Pam, you are the Texas State Representative, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So, what do you have planned for the year?
We have exciting news. Texas was actually chosen once we put in our bid, competing with a couple of other states to actually host the National this year, which is usually held in July. They've been asking us for a couple of years if we would, and those of you that know what it's like with an outdoor car show in July know that that's really not too appealing. So we told them for a couple of years that we'd consider it as long as we could find an indoor venue, and we did just that. We found an amazing location. For those of you that are familiar with the West Texas area, we're going to Round Rock, to the Kalahari, 670 something square foot of water park. It kind of we were there this weekend. It kind of reminds me of a Disney property. So once you get there, you really would never have to leave. They've got a beautiful ballroom that's about 40,000 square feet of indoor air conditioned, beautiful lighting, spots for all of our Saleens and any Ford product really. It's the Saleen National, but we encourage anybody with a Ford product to come. We'll make a class for you and let you be judged. And so, yeah, we were excited about that. Evidently, we made we had fun with our proposal. We did, Texas. We wanted the biggest, best car show ever because, in Texas we do everything bigger and better.
That's right. Yes.
So we've had fun. We had about 16 people meet with us yesterday, getting the ball rolling. We've got some very exciting
Kalahari. From
stuff.
Kalahari.
We met at the Kalahari, but our committee, we call them the Texas Crew. They are a lot of Saleen owners, but we also run with the Shelby people. And so we had a lot of Shelby people step up. And so we're we're encouraging anybody, like I said, to come. I think we'll have a lot of Saleens, and we have a lot of Shelbys in them from the area. So we've got, I don't know if you're familiar, I call them the dynamic duo. Paul and Tracy Wapple are on our Texas crew. Patrick and Wendy Doyle. We were very fortunate to get some of those people to step up and help us. And so we had a good crew show up yesterday. And like I said, we got four pages of agenda covered. We got some sponsorships working. So yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about, and there's so much that we've gotten done already. We'll be ready to host the crew in July, and from what I understand, the site will go live this week so that people can start registering. The hotel has already opened up their room reservations, and we're already at 27% capacity. So,
oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, we're pretty stoked about that. But yeah, there's so much going on, and we have so much fun stuff planned and to share. So I don't know where you want me to stop and where do you want me to begin? Because literally I could talk for 20 minutes.
Now let's start with the dates.
Okay, we are going to be there from July 23rd, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On those days, we'll be doing cruises. We're going to do the Twisted Sisters. We're going to cruise all around Lake Travis. We've got, some of the hot spots that you like to stop and we like to share. Wineries, distilleries,
Buc-ee's,
breweries.
Buc-ee's.
The Oasis, of course, is on one of our.
Oh yeah, the Oasis is a good one.
Yep. And then we will get to go over to Harper, Twisted Sisters over to Harper, have lunch at our camp, which I'll tell you about in a minute, and then cruise one of the other Twisted Sisters back to Kalahari. One night we're going line dancing. We're going to take them country western dancing over in Pflugerville. We're going to do it upright. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 23rd, 4th, 5th. The 26th on Saturday is actually the car show. It will officially be open from 8 until 2. Awards then will start at 2. Then we'll exit all the cars out of the ballroom, set up for our banquet, and then we'll have cocktails and a banquet and our all famous charity auction that night.
Well,
so July 23rd.
That sounds like a big
26th.
show. Do you have a staff big enough to handle all that?
We have great, awesome volunteers.
Okay.
Yep. Plus we've got the board of the Saleen Club and all of the support team there. So yeah, I think we got it. That's why I said yesterday, Saturday, we had a good crew show up. We were missing a few. So yeah, we've got a good working crew.
Now, will Steve Saleen come in for this?
He will be there. Typically, we will have him walk around, sign cars. He'll have an autograph session. He usually brings some really cool posters to share. He'll be one of our guest speakers that evening. So yes, he will be there.
I had a chance to interview him in Birmingham this year. What a nice guy. First time I'd ever met him. What a really nice guy.
He really is. And I think he loves his Saleen Club of America people.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he likes to hang out with us because we have fun.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that fun in a minute. Matter of fact, but you know what? Leading into that fun, since Skippy's sitting in the background over there,
yes.
Tell us how that name came about. Oh, look, his wrist is repaired. Tell us about that little event.
Yeah, so Skippy, and now I'm referred to as Zippy, and I'll tell you that in a minute. So in July at the National, Skippy proceeded to take advantage of the buy 3 get 1 free moonshine offer.
Uh-oh.
And then decided that he really didn't like sharing that moonshine, so kind of decided that he was going to drink his 2 favorite ones. And at the time he was on a scooter, and so scooting around, in and out of all the little nooks and crannies, gets to the room, decides that he's going to get up by himself, falls, and breaks his wrist. And so consequently, the next day, was cruise day. And of course, he has a Parnelli Jones, he has a PJ. And so he had to have a designated driver that day. But then, that was Tuesday night, so that was Wednesday. But Thursday, he figured out how to drive with a broken wrist, and he did quite well. I personally was not riding with him. I chose to drive my own vehicle. But Steve Jones he will tell you that he did actually pretty well.
That's good.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
but the comedian gave him his Skippy name because he wasn't able to clap for him on the night that we went on the riverboat cruise. And I guess the comedian took offense to that and just started picking on him. And so he started calling him Skippy. It stuck. So now everybody calls him Skippy.
All right, we got Skippy and Dippy.
No, Zippy.
Oh, Zippy.
Yeah.
Skippy and
Zippy.
Zippy. Okay.
Yeah, I on a Christmas. Okay, so we come back from July breaking his wrist, and then in the Friday after all the boys made their annual trip to Autorama, he falls and breaks 4 ribs and bruises a lung. And so 2 weeks after that, he was scheduled for knee surgery, knee replacement. Went ahead and did it, which was good. 6 days after his knee replacement, I fell on Christmas Eve and broke my foot. So I'm on a scooter, and so he calls me Skippy, and he's Zippy. So
She flies right thing and runs into stuff.
I don't run into stuff. I just go fast.
With the scooter.
Stay away
Yeah,
from the moonshine.
It's got turbos on it.
So now
But
y'all
yeah.
both have scooters?
Oh, well, he doesn't need his anymore. He loaned it to me now for the next 5 weeks.
That's right. He got knee surgery. He's good to
Yeah.
good to walk.
Good.
He's good to go.
As long as
So,
he
yeah,
doesn't
we-
drink too much moonshine, right?
Well, I bought him a sumo suit to wear at the next national. So if he does fall, he'll bounce right up and be ready to rock and roll.
Speaking of that, I was looking at the agenda. You have
Yeah.
sumo wrestling in this.
We're gonna have a sumo challenge. So when I bought his suit when we came back from July's national, it came in a 4-pack. So I decided I'd give him the blue one, Ford blue little thong thing. I kept the rest out, and we're going to have a sumo competition. It's going to be for charity. So when you're there and you decide, for instance, that you want to challenge Skippy over here, I don't know, give me $20 and you can get out there and challenge him and see which one of you prevails.
I think I'm going to.
I told Lee Reese to probably get ready because a lot of people are probably going to want to challenge him. And of course, I sure hope somebody has the, to challenge Steve, because I'd love to see him getting one. I feel like he probably would if they challenged him.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to take part in that. That's
Yeah,
kind of right up
yeah.
my alley.
Yep. So we're going to have that. We also have Hot Wheels a race course that's ready to go. And so we had that for the first time this last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Getting back to the sumo wrestling, I hope that's not in thongs.
It isn't thong.
It is. It is. But it's in.
Come on,
but
man.
they're
Skippy and I both in thongs out there wrestling.
I know.
they're attached to a big old blow up. So it's a visual.
It's a
It's
blow
a
up.
visual,
it's a,
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
blow up
just
suit with
close,
the
close
thong
your
on.
eyes and pretend like you don't see the person inside the
Right.
suit.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What else do you have on that agenda?
So we are famous for our trailer talk shenanigans. In July this last year, a couple of the boys brought out those little razors. We were parked in a parking garage, so you have to understand that they'd walk them up the ramp and then they'd fly them back down the hill and do their burnouts, and it for fun. But
when you
it
talk
was
about
entertaining.
razors, that's the trike for adults, right?
The trike for adults, I guess that's what you call us.
Like a big wheel.
Yeah. So this year, when we presented our bid for the national to be in Texas, we had it delivered by Pony Express, and it was leather bound on parchment paper, rope tied, the whole works. And so the pony that made the delivery was a stick pony. And so everybody had fun with that. It was the first time anything was presented to the board in such a manner, but we decided to have fun with this. And so I don't know if the rest of you are familiar. It's a new phenomenon. So if you'll go online and Google, I think it's just called Stick Pony Obstacle Course. It's a real live competition where people get out there dressed up and you make an obstacle course for them, and they literally run the course jumping around on these stick ponies. So one night during our trailer talks, there's a little area behind the Kalahari, not too far from where our trailer talks will be, that's actually got a section of turf. It kind of looks like a putting green. So we're going to move tonight over there one night, and we're going to have stick pony obstacle course competition. So we're going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Robert, you're going to have to go for that.
Yep.
Yeah, you are. Well, I've already been talking to him. He's got to bring his Saleen out.
Yeah.
So anyway,
he does. That's right.
We've got lots of things planned, but I mean, that's the fun stuff that we do for those of you that attend and want to go cruise with us. But if you're in the Austin area and San Antonio area and you want to come for the car show, we encourage you to go ahead and register and come. The awards are awesome. The National always has a feature car, and the Texas crew decided this year that we wanted cars that have been in the movies to be our feature car. And so the board kind of was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to, get those. And they kind of worried about us, being able to have enough feature cars. So on the Monday morning that we came back from the 2024 National, we had already secured 3 of the movie cars. Barricade, who actually lives up and around Austin, will be there. One of the Fast and Furious Saleens will be there. And off the top of my head, I can't remember right now, but in the meantime, we have secured 5 more famous cars, but they either have to have been in a movie, in a TV program, on a commercial, one of the other. We have 5 S7s that are coming. So total right now we have 8 feature cars. You have to come see these.
Right.
So yeah, we're pretty excited, and we're going to roll out the red carpet literally. And so we think that between now and then we will secure, I don't know, who knows how many more, but we're going to fulfill that feature car need, and they're going to be worth coming out and looking at.
That's good.
Yeah, that will be worth coming out and looking at.
Yeah, we're excited.
And then the car show itself is open to any Ford product, or?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Any Ford product. We will make a class for you.
And can they take part? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me back up. If you pre-register, if you come on the morning of and want to enter the car show, we would love to have you. But understand we, depending on what class you're in, we might not have awards for you. But we still would love to have you come and show off and support our charity.
They don't do the same day.
Yes, they do.
What's the charity, by the way?
Okay, our charity we're very excited about. So the Texas crew got to pick them, and it is Stillwater's Christian Ministry, and I don't know, you'll be familiar with them because they are the charity that benefits from the Knott's Creek Falls, which is where the Texas delegation gets to go every year for our annual event, which we call Saleen's Invade San Antonio. It is a Christian camp in Harper, Texas that is absolutely amazing. And what they do and what we've done in the past years when we've raised money at our yearly event is to send kids to camp that can't normally afford to go to camp. And so it is a week-long camp for these children that is life-changing for the majority of them. And the facility, it's beautiful, top-notch. There's so much fun stuff to do. The area, like I said, is absolutely beautiful. So when we presented it to National, they were beyond ecstatic. And so we will be benefiting the Stillwater's Christian Ministries. And that's who we get to have lunch with on Friday when we cruise out through the Twisted Sisters. There will be camp sessions going on. So we actually get to have lunch with them and spend the noontime hours with them. We get to show off Knott's Creek, which we think is going to help entice people in the years to come to make it a point to come to our October/November event. We usually have it the end of October, first part of November, and we usually spend Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out there running the back roads, sitting out by the fire, and just having a great time with our Saleens.
You know, y'all had invited me a couple of years ago, and I was fortunate enough to go out there with y'all. I remember everybody was like, hey, we're going on a cruise. You got to go. I was like, I'm just going to stay here. It was so nice and peaceful.
It is.
And all the new cabins and everything out there, it was so wonderful to sit out on the front porch of that cabin and just listen to the wind blow. It's on the side of a hill that goes down to a creek. and on the other side is like this, cliff.
Beautiful waterfall.
A gorgeous waterfall. Yeah, it's a wonderful place out there. So it's something everybody should experience.
I'm telling you, as soon as you pass through the gates, your whole demeanor just changes. It's so beautiful out there. And since you've been there, they've made some major improvements, not improvements, but they've additions. There's some new cabins. They've increased the number of chairs in the fire pit. They've got this absolutely beautiful new venue that has gone up. So in case they have inclement weather during camp, they can actually move all of their activities inside, and they have additional sleeping arrangements in these. And we got to tour it this last October when we were there. It is beautiful, the work that they have done to this. So yeah, it's an awesome place, and the kids that get to go and the kids that we get to send, we feel so honored to be able to give them that opportunity.
I look forward to seeing the camp again, being out there.
It's beautiful, and that's where Cliff and I got married. So we had a fun time. 2 years ago? In 22. That's where we decided to get married because of that, all those reasons, and because all of our family and friends were there.
I was there for that event.
I know that.
I remember some of it.
Yeah, I remember some of it too.
Hey, I've got to ask you on this agenda. You've got down here Pollo. What is Pollo?
Pollo is pay on your own.
Pay on your own.
Pay on your own. Well, I know there's a new one for me.
So I wanted to distinguish. We have some paid events, which you will pay for when you register, along with your $40 registration for the car show. You'll pay for some of the events that we have as a group organized, but pretty much everything is a payo where, we don't have menus. You don't have to have what we're having to eat. So it's pay on your own.
Yeah, that's a nice way to go.
Yeah.
Because I know at the Oasis before in the past, we'd had rooms up there and they had a set menu.
Yes.
And it was like, meh, whatever.
Yeah. It wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
Right. Yeah. I you get the individual dishes and like the nachos and stuff over there. Pretty doggone good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And do you know the Oasis has a brewery now?
No, didn't know that.
Yeah. So downstairs, evidently in that little area where you can shop around and look at some arts and crafts and eateries and stuff, they now have an Oasis brewery. So that'll be probably one of our highlights.
So if Skippy comes up missing, we know where to find him.
We do.
Well, listen, we appreciate you taking time to zoom in with us.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Robert has a question. Mr.
Yes,
Quiet's
sir.
got a question.
You said the site's not up yet, but what is the site address? Do you know what the email, the site?
Yeah, you'll go to the SaleenClubOfAmerica.com.
Okay.
And you'll go to events, and then the 2025 SCOA Nats will be there. I expect that it'll be up there this week. They're waiting on a couple of things that we decided on Saturday. They'll be on one of our days. There'll be golf offered. We're waiting to see what that pricing is. On that same day, there's some other activities. We're going to take the girls over to Fredericksburg and do wine and distillery tours, shopping and lunch. Okay. And we'll take them in a bus so that they don't have to drive individually, and bring them back. So we're waiting on a couple pricing from that. So I expect that it'll be up this week. So in the meantime, those of you that are interested in going, definitely go on to one or both of the Facebook pages, the Saleen Club of America page on Facebook, or the Saleen Club of America /Texas. Okay. When you enter onto the Texas page, I'll be the one that welcomes you in. So go to that. Everything that we put on the Facebook page for the main club will be on the Texas club. Okay. And that's how you'll keep up with us if you want to come with us to the Saleen's Invade San Antonio and all the other stuff that we do. So go on one of those two Facebook pages like now, or as soon as you hear this, and do that. And then hopefully by the time you're ready to go on there, all of this will be up and in place.
Gotcha.
So what is the cost for the July for the Nationals?
The entry to the car show is $40.
$40, okay.
Yes. And then you'll have an opportunity to buy your show shirt, which are going to be awesome. You'll have an opportunity to partake in all of these days of events. You will get a little goodie bag. And let's see. So the actual fee to attend is pretty nominal. The Kalahari has done an awesome job as far as accommodating us and making it cost effective for us. So I will tell you that typically a room at the Kalahari is like $300. For our national, it's $189 a night, which is amazing, because with that, we have a lot of our folks that are making this their family vacation, because with that, you'll get a couple of water park passes for several of those days. And like I told you in the beginning, there is so much to do there. There's a humongous arcade. There's tons of places to eat, very kid friendly and adult friendly. What? Yeah. So they did a really good job of trying to accommodate us. So it's an event you do not want to miss. I promise.
What happens at the water park if Skippy shows up in a Speedo?
Well, there's a place for him to go.
There is an adult.
There's a place for us to send him called the Grotto. It's adult only, with a swim up bar, the whole works. So,
well,
it's not deep water. It's very shallow. Thank God. Yeah, I have a feeling that we'll find a lot of our members there. So
I think you're probably right. Yeah,
we have a good time. We love our cars. We love driving them. We love seeing all the scenery at the different states and all the different places that people have to offer. We have a good time. But and these are, there's no people better than car people.
Yeah, no, there's not. I've had a chance to hang out with you guys a few times, and obviously over at CISA. Saleen's Invade San Antonio and yes. Up at Hallett. That time around the fire pit.
Oh gosh,
those are some good times.
Which fire pit? The Hallett fire pit that was made out of beer cans,
yep.
or the real one made out of fire wood?
Yeah, no, both of them. Both of them. I've had fun with you guys at both those events. So
yeah. Makes it sound like that's all we do is drive, but we don't.
Well, no, it's not all you do. You drive, and when you're done driving, it's time to relax. And,
we relax.
And you kick back and throw back a few. So nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Well,
so
Pam,
I'm going to finish up by telling you, those of you that know anybody that has a car, whether it be a Saleen, a Shelby, a Steeda, a Mustang, anything that has been in the movies or in one of the TV programs, when you get yourself to the Facebook page, there'll be invites on there. So we've encouraged, and if you know somebody, invite them to be one of our feature cars, because that's going to be a big darn deal.
Does cops count? Car chases.
You know what? We'll take it, because that would be an interesting story, I'm sure.
That would be.
Yeah. So on the Facebook page, there'll also be texasnats2025@gmail.com, where you can email. It'll come straight to me. If anybody has any questions, I'll get to you and get you answered right back and get you any forms. We will obviously be looking for sponsors. I've got some awesome sponsor opportunities available. And then, of course, we'll have vendors. And so we have the whole perimeter around the ballroom that we are selling vendor spots. If they're 10 by 20s, they're $100. And you'll be open up the entire all day Saturday during the car show. So we've got lots of opportunities to have everybody have a good time.
All right. Do we have a phone number? Is there a phone number people can contact anybody?
No.
Okay. So go to the Facebook page or email
or Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Private message me. My phone is not set to take calls of people I don't know, and I would hate for them to keep calling and then not be able to get a hold of me. That's frustrating. Yeah. But I respond pretty quickly. So PM me, FaceTime me, Facebook me, email me. Just can't call me.
Okay. So if once this podcast will actually broadcast on the radio station this coming Monday at 1:00.
Okay.
And then it'll be available on the website and on YouTube. Once we get it out there, if we try to post it on the Saleen Club of Texas Facebook page,
yes,
you'll let it fly right through there.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
also, if anybody that has a car club that they want us to promote to, Greenlee Brittenham is our guide in charge of PR, and he'll make sure that he joins your group, and he'll keep you informed with updated information and stuff. So
Excellent. Yeah, Greenlee is a good guy too. So
yeah, they're on the ball. I'm telling you, we got some great volunteers. We're very fortunate.
fun group.
Yeah,
So
it is, and they're hard workers and worker bees to the max. So I'm very, very excited and so proud to have them.
well, we appreciate you taking time to zoom in, Pam.
Well, I thank y'all very much for letting us share. We are, as you can tell, very excited
Yes,
about
you
being
are.
able to host this event. And I think I'm hoping, and my hopes are that we raise the bar pretty high, and that Texas is known for a very long time for having an awesome national. I've got big shoes to fill, because in 2013, I believe, Joe Mills was the state rep, and he did a national in the Conroe area.
He did.
Right.
And there people are still talking about that one.
Yeah, that's where I
And
met
so,
Steve Saleen
yep.
also.
Yep. So I've got some big shoes to fill, because he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he did.
I
so
actually got a
I-
first place award at that one
You did?
Yeah.
With your
with my 10.
with your 10. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
think that was I think it was around 2014 or 15, somewhere around
Yeah, that's back when it was still clean.
there. Yeah.
No, Cliff said I was right. It's 2013, and make a note of that. Cliff
Oh.
actually said I was right.
Don't get me.
Hey, who's the junior person over there you've
This
got?
is our. She just woke up. This is our precious little granddaughter. She's a mess right now.
Well,
Say
hello.
hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is Athena.
Hey, Athena.
It's Randy.
She did stay asleep for most of it, so we're glad about that.
Well, listen, we appreciate you taking time to zoom in.
I really appreciate y'all letting us share, because, like I said, we're very excited, and we would love to have everybody, come out and help us. The ultimate goal is to have a huge bottom line, so we can help our local kids get to go to camp.
Give back
It's
to
all
that
about
charity.
the children.
Yep.
All about the children.
Yep.
And don't forget to tell all your friends and everybody in the Saleen Club that you're on the show, so we can have more viewers.
I will absolutely do that. As soon as you send me that link, I'll get it out
All
there.
right. Appreciate that.
Robert wants to sign autographs.
Okay. Well, Robert has to be there first
Right.
before he can do that.
He has to
So
show up.
If Robert shows up there, I will give him a table to sign autographs.
All
Oh,
right.
there you go, man. There you go.
Yeah.
We could even do a little
Challenge-
bit of a live
challenge-
feed from there.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
Yeah, y'all could live feed from there on that Saturday.
Yep.
You'll be there already. So
Yep.
yeah, come on up, Robert.
Yep.
We have a good time. Well,
I would
listen,
love that.
thanks again, Pam. We're going to slide on out, and
right.
we'll
Thank
see
y'all
you
so
soon.
much.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. See you soon.
Okay.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And that's it for this episode of Cruisin' Car Club Talk. I'm Randy Weldon. This is Robert Helmer. Dana's missing, but we've got Dick Schlichler, our producer and sound engineer, hiding back in the safe room. We are broadcasting from the studios at Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 and 106.1 FM, and streaming worldwide at irlonestar.com, on Facebook and on YouTube.
And we look forward to being back with you. And don't forget to support Lone Star Community Radio.